What's up everybody, it's Sean here and I'm back today to give you guys a review of the Adidas ZX or ZX0000. First off, I want to give a huge thank you over to Adidas Canada for sending me over this pair. This marks the last pair in the 26 pair Adidas A to ZX collection, and it represents the letter E standing for evolution. So the story behind this shoe is that it was a prototype sneaker that was supposed to bridge the Adidas ZX or ZX line with the EQT line from the 90s. But this shoe remained a concept and it never actually released until now. They're set to release here in Canada on May 5th for a retail price of $140 US or $180 here in Canada. And the official colorway for this shoe is crystal white, bright blue, and bold pink. So as you can tell, this shoe has a really retro feel to it. It really reminds me of the styles of the late 80s or the early 90s. As we dive into the details, so the base layer of the sneaker on the toe box, this is constructed out of this white colored mesh. We have overlays of the synthetic suede on the top and the bottom, which are these blue hits, and then surrounding the outer edge of the toe box, we have this slightly off-white, almost cream colored synthetic suede, which has this felt-like feel to it. This synthetic suede or felt covers the eyelets of the shoe, and connected to it we have these three white colored TPU loops. Beneath this, on the mid panel of both sides of the shoe, we have the Adidas 3 stripes, which is done in a combination of blue and pink. And underneath this, we have more of that mesh that we saw earlier on the toe box. And on the lateral side only, at the very bottom of the mid panel, we have this torsion branding done in blue and pink as well. Moving downwards, surrounding the top ankle collar area, we have this blue colored nylon, which has a bit of this vertical quilted look to it. And then surrounding the back heel, we have this TPU heel clip, which is done in a combination of white and blue. In the center, we have Adidas torsion branding in pink, and then underneath this, we have these two layers, one in blue and one in this textured white finish. For the laces, these come with these white nylon laces, which adds to the whole retro flavor of the shoe. And then underneath this, we have this white colored nylon tongue, and at the top, we have Adidas torsion branding in blue, along with ZX or ZX, and 4 dots following it in pink. The inner liner of the shoe is split down the middle, so on the medial side, it's done in white, and on the lateral side, it's done in this hot pink color. For the insoles, so these come with your standard Adidas foam insoles, and if you notice, you'll see that the midfoot and the back heel is a very narrow footprint, and this affects the fit of the shoe, which I'll touch upon in more detail later on. So the upper of the sneaker sits atop this full-length, chunky foam midsole. The midsole is done in this cream or slightly off-white color with hits of gray on both the forefoot and wrapping around the back heel. And on the medial side, this gray hit extends all the way towards the front end of the sneaker. Flipping the shoe over to the bottom, here you have your outsole, which is done in a combination of black and blue colored rubber. We have this arrow-shaped traction pattern on the forefoot, the circular hit on the back heel, and the cream hit in the middle is just exposed foam. And in the center, we have this yellow colored torsion bar, which helps to give you added torsional rigidity and midfoot support. So that breaks down the look and the construction of the Adidas ZX or ZX0000. I know a lot of you guys watching are probably wondering, how do these fit? And I'm a true size 10, slightly on the wider side. Adidas Canada sent me these guys in a size 10. And overall, I feel like they do run true to size, but if anything, they're slightly roomy. So like I mentioned earlier, this midfoot area and the back heel, they're pretty narrow. So with that said, I felt really locked in on the back half of the sneaker. The front toe box area, this is pretty wide, and it felt pretty roomy even for my feet, which are a bit wider. I had just over an index finger's width between the top of the shoe and the top of my toe, so I feel like if anything, I could have gone a half size down, but honestly, true to size was perfectly fine as well. Depending on how you like your shoes to fit, if you like more of a snug one-to-one fit, I feel like going half size down might be the better way to go, but if you don't want to risk it and you don't mind a little bit of extra breathing room for your toes, true to size is fine as well. Next up, in terms of comfort, so at first glance, I expected the sneaker to be really comfortable, really squishy, and having a ton of cushioning. However, trying them on, I was slightly disappointed. Even though the midsole looks pretty chunky, the foam they used felt pretty stiff on feet, so there wasn't too much from a softness and step-in comfort perspective. Honestly, they felt pretty hard on foot. Finally, in terms of the overall quality and craftsmanship standpoint, the material quality, I'd say that it was average to slightly below average. Everything on this sneaker pretty much felt synthetic, and there was nothing about this shoe that screamed premium to me. However, that's just from the material quality standpoint. But in terms of how they actually put the shoe together, the craftsmanship, my pair was perfectly fine. I had no issues with my pair, so at least they gave us that. With all that being said, now let's lace these up and I'll show you guys how these look on feet. When I first saw the leaked images of this shoe, I had pretty high hopes. I kind of liked that whole late 80s, early 90s feel of the sneaker, and it was something fresh and something new that I hadn't seen before from the ZX or ZX line. However, getting them in hand, I'd be lying if I said I wasn't a little bit disappointed. I felt like the material quality was pretty poor, and the fit and the comfort was a little bit off. I still think these look pretty decent on feet, and maybe it's just the shape of my foot that didn't really jive with the shape of the shoe. But overall, this wasn't the best pair from the A to ZX collection, and it's a little bit disappointing they couldn't give us something a little bit better to end off the series. However, this is just my opinion, so let me know in the comment section down below how you guys feel about this Adidas ZX or ZX 0000. Are you guys feeling the look and the design of this shoe? And when these drop in the next few days, are you guys planning on copying these, or is this a straight drop? If you guys enjoyed this review, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Give me a follow on Instagram at sgo8, check out my Twitter account at sean.go, and visit my website as well at seango.ca. Before I end this video, another huge thank you to Adidas Canada. Thank you for all your love and for sending me most of the pairs of the Adidas A to ZX collection. So until next time, thank you so much for tuning in. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll catch you guys all in the next one.